Good afternoon, Packers fans. Aaron Nagler here with your Packers Daily Chat, coming to you live on the Cheesehead TV social channels. Practice number 11 is in the books here from Packers camp earlier today at Ray Nitschke Field. We've heard from Matt LaFleur earlier this morning, heard from the guys in the locker room. Now it's time to hear from you fine folks, Packers fans worldwide, because that's what we do here at Cheesehead TV. We're devoted to you people. That's why I come to Green Bay for 2 whole freaking weeks every summer, so I can see what's going on and talk to you guys about it. Hope you're all doing well. Hello to everybody chiming in the comments even before I go live. You guys are amazing. I really appreciate it always. Um, Pretty straightforward affair today. Some good stuff from the offense, some really nice stuff from the defense, and the kickers were erratic. 4 of 7, each of them, on a very, very windy day out there at Nitschke Field. Very windy day here in Green Bay. Um, it's you don't want to overreact to it, but it was certainly noticeable, and it's hard to miss when your kickers are really having a tough time getting it through the uprights. Both guys undoubtedly having some kicks they'd like back, and it's not like you're not going to be battling the elements during the season. Now, the one kind of caveat there, of course, is that in the bowl, in the stadium, the wind's a little different, reacts a little differently, and it's not like the kickers were the only ones having issues with it. There was a throw up the right sideline, a deep shot from Jordan Love to Dontavian Wicks that really kind of held up there for a while, and the wind batted it around. You saw it move a lot, and Wicks literally jumped too early because he thought it was coming down quicker than it was. So it's not like the kickers were the only ones dealing with the wind issue. Overall, not too much to report as far as injuries go outside of Tucker Kraft being back on the practice field in an individual basis. He's not doing any teamwork yet. Afterwards, in the locker room, I know he talked with reporters and said most likely won't be playing in the next couple preseason games, maybe the final preseason game, but his focus is on being ready to be out there for the opener in Brazil. Quay Walker dropped out of practice kind of late into the proceedings, but he did say in the locker room that he's fine, no issues. Jordan Morgan, who is apparently your starting right guard, did kind of drop out and get looked at by trainers and never really got back into the action. I didn't see any reaction from him in the locker room, so that's something to keep an eye on. We'll undoubtedly maybe get some reporting overnight, or I have to ask Matt in the morning, but that's one to watch. Obviously, Sean Ryan stepped in with Morgan out there with the ones at right guard. Hello to everybody in the comments. So good to see you all. Hope you're all doing well. You know what time it is. I got to give a shout out to our good friends over there at Ticket King. Based in Wisconsin since 1992, Ticket King is located across the street from Lambeau Field on Oneida. They're happy to help you find just the right tickets for Packers games, from larger groups to single tickets, both home and away. They partner with local Green Bay businesses for tailgating and bus transportation to the games, so you don't have to worry about driving or parking. They're even open on game day for last-minute tickets or possible upgrades. Hell, they even have a drive-through window. And if you're not in Green Bay, no problem. Just use the Ticket King link on the Cheesehead TV homepage, in the description of this video, or within the Cheesehead TV app. Do it, people. Don't use Ticketmaster, StubHub, SeatGeek, none of this national nonsense. Use a company based in Wisconsin since the early 90s. Ticket King, for all your Packers ticket needs. Hello, how are you, Packers fans? Good to see everybody congregating here in the comments. What's going on, people? I guess someone, Jordan Morgan, question mark? It is a question mark, Steve. No news yet on how seriously he might be hurt. If he's hurt, maybe something else happened. Who knows? But he did drop out of practice there at the end, and there's been no word that I've seen anyway coming out of the locker room yet in regards to his condition after practice. What do we got here, folks? How we doing? Will you come back home again in February to party with the Lombardi? Yeah, I'm not going to miss it this time. I didn't come back in 2010, and I kicked myself that I didn't. So, yes, 1,000%. If and when they win the Super Bowl, where, yes, I will be in New Orleans for that. And I'll actually be in New Orleans no matter who's in the Super Bowl. But absolutely, the Packers will be there, and I will be there for it, to watch them win it, and then I will be here when they celebrate that. Absolutely. John Simitovich is here. What's up, Simitovich? Soder, can we just get average at kicking? The extremes of it only being good or a dumpster fire is fatiguing when we are on the downside. Oh, is it so hard, Soder? Is it so difficult to go from having the literal all-time scoring leader at the kicking position for what, 16 years to having to find a kicker? I mean, I'm sitting here as a fan thinking, I'm just glad that's the position we're searching for. We got the quarterback thing figured out. Every other team spends like a decade trying to find a quarterback. We think ahead and get the quarterback. So the kicking, is it frustrating? No doubt. Does it mean, if they go into this season and Carlson hasn't improved, or let's say they go with Joseph and the kicking in Lambeau gets to him, especially at the end of the year, might it cost them a game? Yeah, there's a possibility. No question about it. But I'll tell you what, I'm glad we got a quarterback that'll keep us in most of those games and give us a chance each and every Sunday. You know, it's kind of reminds me of when Ted was really having struggles for a few years finding a good punter, especially after he let John Ryan go. They'll get it figured out. I'm just going to keep saying that until they do. Would you agree the running back competition is really between Dillon and Wilson? Wilson? That seems extreme. I would doubt that Wilson's in the mix to supplant A.J. Dillon anytime soon. I think Wilson's had a nice camp, but I'd be surprised if that was an actual competition. I think, Lloyd has looked promising. I do not think for a moment he's done anything but look like a rookie. There's certainly runs that you can look at and can really marvel at his change of direction, his burst. Like there's zero doubt the athlete is there. But man, it's a big change. There's no doubt about it. You look at AJ, he knows the offense like the back of his hand. He's certainly going to be where you need him to be, producing down in and down out. With Wilson, you've seen some nice things, but he's just not really, I don't think, really kind of challenging anybody. I mean, I think he's almost exclusively, from what I remember, most of camp running with the 2s and 3s. So it doesn't mean that he's not putting good stuff on tape. And who knows, man? Maybe they get out there for the preseason games and he lights it up, kind of like that big run against the Bengals last year and really turns some heads. But I'd be very surprised if he was pushing AJ Dillon. It doesn't feel like that. Bucky, thanks for being a Care of the G Club member. Thank you. How is Tay Wicks looking in camp? He was absolutely dominant last week. He's been everything you saw last season, and as consistent, if not more so, when it comes to the little things. Gets open with regularity. There was a great play at the start of teamwork today where Jordan was flushed out of the pocket, and it was a bit of a scramble drill, and Wicks just essentially shot his arm up and got to look to Jordan like, I'm going to break this way. And Jordan did a great job of resetting his feet, not throwing on the run, but resetting his feet and firing the ball like 18, 19 yards downfield for a big first down to Wicks. I mean, it's like you can tell that's a connection, and really you can see it with all the guys, but Wicks is really kind of consistently getting open, doing the little things. I think the sky's the limit. It's all dependent on his opportunities. How much is he on the field? And only Vrabel, the wide receivers coach, and really the game plan can determine that. RTR. I figured out the algorithm, and as of late, it's every 14 years Packers win a chip. We're up. I like it. Do they stash Lloyd on the practice squad, or do they carry 3 backs? That's a really good question, Guitar Ted. I suspect, now this is just guesswork, but I would suspect they probably carry 3. Maybe they try to slide him through, put him on the practice squad. It really kind of depends, in my eyes, how he how he contributes on special teams. I haven't really seen him there a whole lot, but that might start to change now that we're getting into the preseason games. I suspect we're going to have a practice, 2 more practices this week, tomorrow and Thursday. I suspect that Thursday practice will be mostly all young guys getting ready for their first preseason game. So maybe he starts to get involved a little bit more on teams, because if you're going to carry 3 backs, that third back 1,000,000,000% has to be able to contribute on teams. Brian talked about it last year. It's kind of the way they've operated for the last couple decades. Also, the other thing that obviously fits there is the kind of puzzle pieces at other positions. Like if there's another position where they want or need to go heavy, maybe they make that sacrifice by cutting that third back and putting him on the practice squad, i.e. Lloyd, right? It's possible, definitely. Rich. Nags, did you see Kay Adams at practice? Is she as tiny as she looks on TV? I wouldn't call her tiny. She's shorter than I am. And yeah, I saw her on the sideline. Got to talk to her for a little bit. I've known Kay a very long time. I was on her fantasy podcast back in the day. I want to say like 10 years ago or something like that. But Kay's a powerhouse. She's amazing at what she does. And it was great to see her today. No doubt about it. Soder, if YouTube is going to interrupt Packers Daily with ads, I'm going to have to Google more interesting stuff than tires. Hey, man, we don't determine what you see. That is very fair. So, yeah, get your search up to snuff. Let me see. How long before the Packers have to replace their field in Lambeau, whatever year, they should book an outdoor concert? No excuse saying they would ruin the field. I mean, they've had concerts in the past, but yes, they have at times bristled at the idea of having a concert too close to football season. Although, doesn't that all go out the window when you start hosting like soccer games and football games, like college games? I mean, I can't imagine that the field gets any less torn up during those contests, if not more. You know what I mean? And now look, they haven't done a whole lot of that as of late, but that's because coming out of the pandemic, they've been kind of limited. But I'm with you, man. I wish they would hold more kind of concerts at Lambeau. I know Paul McCartney was a total vibe. They've had a few really big ones, but again, most of that was pre-pandemic. So I think that will return in time. But yeah, I don't know. I'm with you. It's a little disappointing, especially when the whole idea of Titletown and growing the footprint of the stadium and of the franchise was about making it 365, right? Being able to use it for other events throughout this entirety of the year. Makes sense to me. Jocelyn, how are you? Thanks for the super chat. Hey, Nags, how has Musgrave looked? A lot of talk about wide receivers, but I'm excited about 88 and 85 healthy together. Matt LaFleur will cook with 12 personnel. Random Packer, Devon House. Ooh, Devon House. A Devon House shout out. Musgrave's been quiet. No doubt about that. I know Spoon, Tom Silverstein asked Matt about it a couple availabilities ago, and I think he wrote about it in the paper today or yesterday. There's no question that we've seen a lot less designed plays for the tight end. Now he's been throwing the ball quite a bit. He got a couple today, but there hasn't been a real dynamic kind of presence and or even play from the tight end position from Musgrave. Now, obviously, Kraft hasn't been out there. Today was his literal first day on the practice field. So I think we're going to have to wait a while to see some of that stuff, and maybe they're keeping it under wraps for that reason. But yeah, Musgrave was noticeably fed the ball a ton in camp last year, and that has not been the case this year. It's also unfortunate because he had a drop in the end zone in red zone last week, and then he had a bad drop over the middle today. Now I did see him and Love talking about it. It was a kind of a mini over route, and maybe Love thought he was going to continue running, and maybe Musgrave shut it down, thinking he was going to sit down in the zone, but he still could have caught the ball. So I do think it's been a quiet start for Musgrave. That's not a unfair characterization at all. John Simatovich, how are you, man? Same hot take last year. Quay, top 5 linebacker in the NFL. Hey, man, from your super chat to the football god's ears, let's make it happen. I'm all about this life. John, thanks again. Does Packer leadership hate Big B? Hashtag free Big B. No, nobody hates Big B. They certainly don't want him to continue filming. And now here's the issue. Now here's where Big B did himself no favors, is that he very openly, as himself, put that video from practice that they would ask fans not to film on his account, which everyone knew was him. I know there are people in the stands taking plenty of really good footage of these plays, but no one knows who it is. And it's just filtering out there into the ether, and people are using it for their content, right? That's the smart way to go about it. Because if you like put it on your account where everyone can see you and knows your name. Well, yeah, they're going to be watching you. But no, nobody hates Big B. Everyone loves Big B. Come on now. Are the Packers going against the Browns in training before the preseason game? No, Brandy. Not that I'm aware of. They are having the joint practices with a single joint practice with both the Broncos and the Ravens, but not the Browns. Crosby is all-time scoring leader for the Packer overall. Oh, for the Packers. Yeah, not overall for the entire NFL. Joe, what's up, man? Who starts at right tackle on Saturday? Probably Telfort would be my guess. I would be surprised if Zach Tom is out there for the preseason, but crazier things have happened. Matt Jones, no word on Jordan Morgan's injury. We'll see probably tomorrow morning when Matt gets asked about it. Ed, thanks for the super chat, man. Bears destroy QBs, but will find a decent kicker and then trade the kicker away too soon. I like the Packers system better. Oh, hey, speaking of the Bears destroying quarterbacks, can't wait to watch the Bears on Hard Knocks tonight. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a good time. Oh, my good. Brett says, my problem is that I don't have enough time to consume all the Packers content this time of year, and I need it like I need oxygen. Just watch Cheesehead TV. I mean, do you really need anything else? I don't think so. I think you're good. In fact, just hang out at the happy hour that's happening at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central. Here, the information is on the community page at YouTube. Just hang out with us. Talk Packers. We do it every week. Usually every Tuesday. Not every single Tuesday, but it's just a ton of diehard Packers fans like yourself just chilling out, talking Pack. It's a good time. Did Jay Reed lock up tackle number 3 with his blocking during family night? I don't think anything's been locked up by anybody. There's a lot of ball game left. They haven't even played a live game yet. I mean, I understand family night's exciting, and I get that there's a lot of competition on the practice field, but things change in a game, even if it is a preseason game. The physicality goes up, the speed goes up, actual live tackling happens. There's a long way to go. Whole long way to go. Michael's going to see the Packers play the Browns this weekend. Michael, have a great time. Actually, I really like the Browns Stadium, and there are some really nice places downtown. When I was there last, we had a ball at this bar, met a bunch of Browns fans, and it was a good time. It's a good vibe in that city. I really like it. What else we got here? Oh, someone talked about Greg Cosell. Greg Cosell on Ross Tucker's podcast is a must-watch every week. I completely agree. I've known Greg a very long time. We used to kind of hang out during the sessions that they would do for former players wanting to get into broadcast. They used to call it Broadcast Boot Camp. I don't know I think they changed the name now, but I would go out to Jersey and just hang with Greg and Jaws and just watch tape for like 2 days. It was amazing. Greg's the real one, man. I love him. Any news on the quarterback 2 competition? It's going to heat up when the preseason gets here. I think, you'll start to get a better feel once they have a couple games under their belt. I thought, again, today, Pratt looked really good. I really hope he gets a shot with some more frontline talent throughout the preseason, because right now he's really been relegated to just with, running with the 3s and 4s. But every time he's out there, I really like what I see. Did a nice job finding somebody on a deep in cut against zone coverage today, where, it's the kind of thing where you see him whip his head around off play action, plant his feet, and know exactly what to look for as far as his progressions go, and just letting it rip in rhythm, within the rhythm of the play. He does that a lot, and it's really, really impressive. When do you head back to New York, Nags? Brandy, I head back on Friday, which, speaking of which, programming note, there will be no Packers Daily on Friday because I will be in the air. So Thursday will be our last Packers Daily for this week. But yes, Friday, I'll be back. So that Saturday, I will be having a watch party for the preseason game here on the YouTube channel. That's right. We normally, in years past, have not done watch parties for preseason games, but we most certainly will be. Got that one. Joey, what's up, man? What's the chances they carry 2 kickers on the 53? I'm going to go with 0.3. 0.3%. Andrew's Paradise, what's up? Thanks for the super chat. Just a Dennis Towell Jr. appreciation chat. Awesome piece of our community. Hi, Dennis. Dennis is in here each and every day saying hello to each and every one of you like a gentleman. Love Dennis. Dennis has been a Patreon member for a real long time. Absolutely one of our best. No doubt about it. Allison, how are you? You going to show up at the watch party in Sao Paulo on Thursday night before the game versus the Eagles? Yeah, I'm involved. I don't know if you saw on the poster, there's a little Cheesehead TV logo. Yes, I will be in attendance. It's going to be a ton of fun. Cannot wait. I'll put some information up here on the community page on YouTube so you guys can check it out. If you're in Brazil for the game, the night before the game, having a lovely watch party with one of the biggest Brazilian fan groups in the world, definitely in Brazil. Cannot wait to do it. Cannot wait to hang out, watch the NFL kickoff game, get to meet Brazilian Packers fans, and maybe some fans from all over the world. So, yes, I will be in Sao Paulo. I will be there for the watch party the night before the Packers game. And then for the Packers game, I am going to lose my mind. It's going to be a lot of fun. Zachary, thanks for the super chat. Thank you for doing what you do, Aaron. Don't know what I would do without my daily dose of Cheesehead TV. Well, that's very kind of you, Zachary. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. All right, everybody. I'm going to have to get going. Like I said, if you want to keep talking, you want to hang out, talk Packers with fans from all over the world, happy hour is happening at 5 Central, 6 o'clock Eastern. The information is on the community page here for our Carry the G Club members or on our Patreon page. Adam's here with a last-second super chat. What's up, man? Burning Down Wonderland is a jam. Some definite Depeche Mode / Tears for Fears vibes going on. Need a one-on-one green and gold Motelman shirt. Oh, that's amazing. Thank you so much. Yes, Depeche Mode, Tears for Fears, certainly huge, huge influences on Ben and myself. No question about it. I really appreciate you checking it out, man. Thank you so much. All right, everybody. Gonna jet. Like I said, see you at happy hour. In the meantime, please hit like, hit subscribe, tell your friends, tell your family. Cheesehead TV, we are devoted to Green Bay Packers fans worldwide. Thanks a lot, everybody. Have a great night. Go Pack, go.